Okay, so this next little segment that I've put together is something that people always ask me. So I have an opinion on it, but we want the doctor's opinion. We're gonna make 2 different lists here. I have a list here of your most popular mods that you offer. I want you to put these in order of your favorite to play, your favorite mods. 1 through 10, 1 being your favorite mod, and 10 being, you know, not that 10 is bad, but 10 is your least favorite to play. If you had to just pull one off the shelf. And then we're gonna make another list. And in this list, you're gonna organize them in the order of your favorite to work on. Because I feel like these are gonna be 2 very different lists.
Yeah, they are.
So let me list off the different mods we have here. Now this isn't every single mod, but this is 10 of probably your most popular mods. These are the 10 that I get asked about the most, at least. So we have the original Xbox mod. We have the Xbox 360. We have the GameCube, the Wii and the Wii U, the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, and the PlayStation 3. And then we have the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast. Okay, those are all probably the more popular mods. Of course, there's tons of handheld mods, but we'll save that for another video. So first, let's say your favorite mods to play. Okay, starting at number 10 of all of these mods, if you had all of these sitting on a shelf in front of you and you had the afternoon to play, what's the very last one you would pull off the shelf?
The last one I would pull off, my least favorite.
Yep.
I love them all, Chris.
These are all your children.
That's hard for me to do.
Which
like,
patient are you gonna let die?
Do you tell Crosby at least, like, Crosby, you're my least favorite?
It depends on what they're doing to me at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right, so at number 10, the mod that you would pull off the shelf last.
Oh boy. So, you know, really, I would say how I would decide that would be how much I played that system, you know, and then
well, this is your personal list. So.
Yeah, so, you know, I didn't play PS3 as much as the other consoles. You know, really with PS3, some of the main games I played were the Uncharted series on that. And I really had gotten my PS3 to play those. Those are probably the PS3. Even though it's a great mod, and for the PS3 guy, it's awesome. Yeah. But for me, I wasn't that much of a PS3
All right, there you have it. Dr. Mod's personal list. Coming in at number 10 is the PS3. So what would be number 9 then?
Oh, God. Now you're going to tell him that the biggest PlayStation guy. PlayStation 2, probably.
PS2 coming in at number 9.
And there's some great games. I mean, it has one of the biggest libraries of all time.
Oh, for sure.
And
one of the best-selling consoles of all time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it comes down to, like, as far as the mod goes, it's a little slow to run, you know, with the menu.
Yeah, it can be. It's like you said, it's archaic a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, it's
not the cleanest mod in the world.
Yeah, but everything plays. You know, it's a clip-on, you know, plug and play one. So yeah, probably that one.
Okay.
I love them all, though.
Okay, so then coming in at number 8.
Probably PlayStation 1.
Oh my God. So what comes in at number 7 then?
Probably the Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast. Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
All right, what's number 6?
I would say then followed by the Saturn.
Followed by the Saturn. Number 6 is the Saturn. We're halfway through. What sits at the halfway point on your list? What is number 5?
I'd say GameCube.
GameCube is coming in at number 5. I see where your head's at. What comes in at number 4?
I would say the Wii.
The Wii?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
Wii is number 4. We've made it to the top 3 on Dr. Mod's favorite consoles to play. These are the play ones so far. All right, what is number 3?
It'll be the Wii U.
Wow, okay.
And that's just because, I mean, it can play everything from Wii U back, HDMI output. You know, it's just,
Yeah. Number 2.
Yep, that's going to be the original Xbox.
The original Xbox. I knew where you were headed with this because my favorite mod, I think the cleanest mod, mod that you do, and the mod that plays the biggest variety is definitely your number 1, which is the Xbox 360.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there you have it, Dr. Mod's favorite top 10 favorite mods to play. There you have it. Now, let's erase all of this.
Okay.
Wipe all this off here. There. All right. So now we're going to rearrange this list. We're going to arrange this list in your favorite to least favorite mod that you actually make. I feel like it's going to be a very different list. All right, so let's start at number 1. We'll go backwards this time, from easiest to hardest. And maybe not even easiest to hardest, just the ones that you enjoy doing the most. So number 1, your number 1 mod that you like doing the most.
I would say as far as ease of doing and just the good outcome you have with just such simple work sometimes is going to be the Wii.
The first Wii.
Yeah.
All right. So number 1 favorite mods of Dr. Mods to actually produce is the Wii. Number 2?
I would say out of that big list there, the next one would be the Wii U.
The Wii U. So the Wii and Wii U. If somebody were like, I have every one of these consoles, I'm gonna attempt my own mod for the first time. Would those be the 2 that you would suggest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, well, let's say I had to do 10 or 20 of these. If I had to do 10 Wiis, I'd be like, oh yeah, I could do that.
If you had to do 10 360s?
Then I wouldn't have a life for a few days.
All right, well, coming in at number 3.
Number 3 would be probably the PS2.
PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy mod to do because literally you just get the memory card and the hard drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would say after that would be the PS3.
So number 4 is the PS3.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 5.
That would be the Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Okay, with the GDEMU?
Yeah, it's you got to take a few screws out and
We've actually done a full video on one of those before, right? If you want to see that video, you can check it out right here.
Yeah, it's very doable. It's just a little bit of hard.
So number 5 is the Dreamcast. What is number 6 on this list?
I would say then it would be followed by the Saturn.
Saturn?
Yeah.
Really?
Saturn's not too bad.
Okay.
And that leaves me
number 7.
Oh yeah. That would be GameCube.
GameCube is number 7.
And it just depends on the type of mod you're going to do.
Yeah.
On the GameCube.
Now, would you consider the GameCube and the Dreamcast similar mods?
Well, the way we're doing the GameCubes today, yes.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing a video on that pretty soon, where we do replace the drive with an optical disc emulator, and that makes it a lot easier and adds reliability to the GameCube. But some of the ways we make the GameCube also is using what's called Pico Boot, which involves soldering a Raspberry Pi Pico to the motherboard of the GameCube. And that's a little bit of soldering, very doable, but a little more work. And then also, if you want to keep your disk drive and run software from your disk drive to run the emulation, you have to install a Xeno chip. And that requires a little bit of soldering too. And you basically have to take the GameCube almost, apart quite a ways to get to that. So it takes some work to do that one.
Okay, so GameCube number 7. Where are we going to put 8?
Probably original Xbox.
Original Xbox is going to be number 8. All right, so at number 8, the original Xbox.
One of the reasons why cleaning an Xbox is a real pain. All those little fins, oh my God, it looks cool, but when you have to clean that, and then when you open them up, the amount of dust these things collect. So when I do a console, we completely restore it. We clean everything out. And try to make it look like new again. So the Xbox just takes some work.
Okay, so we're down to the last 2, 9 and 10. I get a feeling I know what these are. Number 9.
PS1.
PS1.
Yeah, the X-Station mod takes a bit of soldering. That's my main reason why it's like, I love soldering, but when you have to do quite a few things, they take a while.
And then that leaves number 10 with the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360, notoriously, your nemesis when it comes to modding. It's not that it's necessarily hard per se, it's that it's time consuming, right? Yeah,
it's time consuming. You have to completely tear down a 360 to do the mod. Now, I do know that recently somebody has released the ability to do a modification to your 360 with a USB. However, it's not that easy of a process. You have to do it it takes 10 to 15 minutes to load it each time you turn the 360 on. So at this point, I still think RGH3 is the way to go to, permanently mod your 360. And that takes a little bit of work. A couple soldering points with some wires and a resistor, and then hooking up your reader to your 360 motherboard.
Yeah.
But it's a process. I had to clean the 360 out, apply new thermal paste. Always do that because the thermal paste is hardened and kind of perished by now. So you want to put new, good quality thermal paste to keep it alive longer. And then, the soldering process. And then sometimes, you get these little funny things that happen. And I use a Pico flasher. It's been very reliable for me. But occasionally, and especially if the motherboard's if it's a 4 gigabyte NAND Corona motherboard, weird things happen.
Yeah.
And so it can be kind of challenging to do 360 sometimes, but I still like doing it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. There's Dr. Mod's top 10 mods that he maybe doesn't love doing so much, or more time consuming. Not that I think you
it's
love
not that I
doing
don't love
all
it.
of them.
I love doing them.
Yeah, you love
It's
doing
just,
all of them.
Yeah, sometimes.
But there we have it. If you ever wondered if you were gonna tackle one of these mods yourself, I would suggest maybe not making the Xbox 360 the first one you do. Yeah,
and if you do and you succeed, you're impressive.
Yeah, maybe do a Wii or Wii U. And then, maybe in the future we'll do we'll rate the handhelds as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the handheld mods are more of a beautification process than they are of an actual software mod, especially when you're talking about Nintendo stuff. DS aside, but the Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Colors, that's more or less, beautifying.
Cosmetic.
So there you have it. This is Ask Dr. Mod. If you have a question for the doctor, hit the comments and leave it below. Keep it nice, by the way. If you don't have anything nice to say, what's the saying? Don't say it at all. I don't know, it's the internet, I feel like. But if you have a question about, hey, I've got this thing and I'm thinking about modding it, or I'm thinking about throwing it away, or I've got a buddy who's got one of these that wants to give it to me, is this a moddable thing? Is it fixable? It doesn't even need to be a mod per se. It can be the fact that, maybe your Game Boy Advance or your SP was in your back pocket, you sat on it and you cracked the screen. Or maybe you're like me and your kid stepped on their Pikachu DS, smashed the screen, you tried to replace it, and you broke the ribbon doing it. That's what I did. I did that. Then you can, you can ask Dr. Mod, hey, is this fixable? And
yes,
maybe it's totally fixable.
It is.
Don't throw it away. But hit the comments and let us know, what questions would you like to see addressed in upcoming episodes of Ask Dr. Mod? And which mod video would you like to see next? If you want to see one of my favorite videos we've ever done on a mod, you should check out the PlayStation 3 mod video that lives right here. And if you want to catch these videos as they come out, subscribe to the channel right here. Click that bell icon right there to be notified, when new videos pop up. And until then, what shall we do?
The same thing we do every night, Chris.
Try and take over the world?